There's always a handful of rappers causing a shitstorm online for expressing concerns on hip-hop's fragile state. Whether it's about Trippie Redd crying over an ex on Instagram or Safari Samuels breaking down after being burglarized,
me face down on the floor with a gun to my head.
It's impossible not to be a critic. Since coming into 2018, a clear trend emerged where several MCs raised red flags about what's being referred to as the emasculation of hip-hop. Apparently, the art form is at the mercy of a sadistic agenda. What's the goal? Well, apparently, it's to cut off the testicles of black men in America. Hip-hop is turning African-American males into sissies. Scary thought, isn't it? But is that what's really going on? For years, the topic has been swirling on the internet. It probably didn't help when Kanye West performed on stage wearing women's blouses by French fashion line Celine, or when Young Thug wore an evening gown on the cover of his career-defining mixtape, Jeffrey. Nope, sorry, the macho men weren't having it.
And now you got these fools wearing dresses and fucking fingernail polish and shit. I ain't feeling that shit.
New York rapper Mano later chimed in with a lengthy Instagram post, part of which said, "These niggas running around here more feminine than women, and they told us it was swag. These niggas out here bugging and they told us it was sauce. Are you crazy?" And not long after that, Chicago MC Montana 300 joined in, also on Instagram, saying, "The industry is turning so many black men into feminine-ass slaves. It's become the new prison." These rappers are probably what Lord Jamar would call alpha conservatives.
You had some homosexuals in the hood, and I'm not bashing homosexuals, I'm just saying this is a fact. You had some homosexual dudes in the hood who would try to emulate the style of women to a degree, but still keep it a little boyish. So they'd have tighter pants on than the average dudes, but they might have a scarf on like a girl would wear. Those dudes was the precursor of the style that these dudes are wearing now.
To them, hip-hop is losing its manliness at the hands of white corporate America. It's as though rappers nowadays would do anything for fame, even if it meant compromising how they're perceived by the world. When examining the opinions on the causes and effects of hip-hop machismo, both the alpha conservatives and the white male conservatives, though contradictory, correlate the issue to the lack of male figures in the household. Ben Shapiro, a right-leaning media figure, wrote a piece about toxic masculinity in the National Review, stating, "In black communities where well over half of black children grow up without fathers, black boys aren't less violent, rather it's made them far more prone to criminality than their non-black peers." Hip-hop's alpha conservatives, on the other hand, believe the lack of male representation in the household leads to young black boys not understanding what it means to be a man. Consequently, what becomes acceptable in their eyes is dressing like a woman and displaying feminine qualities, apparently like Young Thug or Lil Uzi Vert. But does the absence of black fathers really account for why today's generation of black men are either too masculine or not masculine enough? Some of the young rappers charting today seem to have this built-in rage. XXXTentacion and Youngboy NBA were both arrested for brutally assaulting their girlfriends. These artists are byproducts of their environment. But despite their success, they did succumb to the status quo. And by the way, they both wear skinny jeans. MCs, and through them, black men, really being manipulated into losing their manliness, or are we simply witnessing the inevitable changes that happen in any art form, especially in an art form that is a reflection of what is going on in society? In this specific case, could it be that MCs and other hip-hop artists are finally feeling free to express their truths and transcend rules and boundaries? I mean, come on. When a white rapper says nigger and rocks colorful hair like Tekashi 6ix9ine, no one bats an eye. But let Lil Uzi Vert wear a grunge-inspired outfit and it's like a bomb has dropped.
People think it's feminine.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
What? They never felt these fabrics before.
Rap's new rap stars are young and pink or green or blue, like the anime characters they resemble. Their moods, often changing, are reflective of their hair color, and they adorn themselves in glamorous furs and diamonds. A few have blurred the gender lines, yes, leaning towards androgyny and wearing women's clothing. But you see, they don't give a shit. These eccentric get-ups are not all that foreign. Aesthetically, rap's new generation is borrowing from older legends outside of hip-hop, turning to Prince, Jimi Hendrix, and Lenny Kravitz for inspiration. But while we praise these legends, hip-hop artists face endless scrutiny and ridicule. Why is that? It doesn't have anything to do with substance because despite somewhat feminine looks, these rappers are overcompensating, delivering lyrics skewed towards hypermasculinity. Their lives are still all about strip clubs, money, big cars, and bitches. In that realm, nothing has changed. The only difference is that in the 90s and early 2000s, you, the observer, only had a music video and an issue of The Source for insight. Now you can follow a rapper's every move thanks to social media. A study showed that most black men felt the need to constantly prove their manhood, especially when it comes to sex and relationships. Many participants in said study consistently heard that being a man meant pursuing women sexually and being physically strong and aggressive. That can also lead to painting a picture of the black man as someone to fear. Isn't that playing directly into this stereotype of the dangerous black man? And then there's mental health. The Canadian music producer Kay Trinata said in an interview that coming out as a gay man actually helped him deal with depression. A recent survey by the National Mental Health Association revealed that 63% of African Americans believe depression is a personal weakness. So the alpha conservatives' views about what a male rapper is supposed to be don't help. An individual who presents an ideal but is suppressing themselves internally supersede the rapper with a penchant for pink nail polish. That doesn't make him or hip-hop any queerer, nor does it make the genre any less masculine. For those alpha conservatives, I'd like to ask them a question. What did they have to say when the radio commentator star got the lowdown on rap icon Africa Bambaataa allegedly molesting a slew of young boys in the 80s? If the feminine MC is the result of an agenda, then so is the outwardly aggressive rapper who wears baggy jeans, hoodies, and Timberland boots. If you take away the semantics, you get the same complex black man facing the same socioeconomic issues and dealing with the same dynamics. Hip-hop as a genre already has the world on its shoulders, which is almost metaphoric for black men in their positions in this world. The genre is fluid and constantly evolving, and black men are human beings. They're not mechanical robots you can control and program, and they don't need to be subject to extreme views about how they are supposed to be. These cis heterosexual men are pushing boundaries visually while trying to maintain expectations of what it means to be macho lyrically. What if the world's hottest rapper wore suits and was socially conscious but happens to be openly gay? Would the genre's masculinity still be at stake? These alpha conservatives need to realize that the social complexities are far more profound than what a rapper wears, and there is no hard and fast rules around manhood. To build stronger communities, we need to be cognizant of these stigmas placed around people who are not aligned with our beliefs, because if we don't, then neither hip-hop nor black men will flourish.